So I'm not a physicist, man. I'm an applied chemist, so I'm the second best scientist in the whole world, man. Because I do other stuff, man. I'm the second best. But at this moment, I'm the best because I was the one who got a head start. There has been nobody who has risen to challenge me, but I have met a man who intellectually could beat me, and he intends to go to school, actually under my guidance, man. And that is more boosted, man. So you think about sharp. What does that mean? What does sharp mean? Well, sharp is the time phenomenon. Those people stabbing people? I saw Noah Cyrus stab this guy. Some of you might have seen it in How to Live a Legend. She stabbed a guy with a knife. What does sharp mean? It's not a term in engineering or physics. Sharp. Yeah? It means pointed, man. It means a cascade, man. But time moves in reverse. So what that means is, this electron microscope is sharp. Well, that's true. Why do you need an electron microscope to be sharp? Well, the answer is an electron microscope is going to tell you the gross. It's not going to tell you that. I should tell you the story about how I got started in science. For real. I read all these books, man. We had these weird-ass books for some reason. And Mendez and I invented dog longevity. I was a scientist. I'm more of a biologist than a doctor and a veterinarian. I don't have an interest in that. And who does? Staying healthy, man? Being happy, right? I have an interest in physics, man. That's fun to me, man. It's pretentious. It's something I have a passion in. But we invented dog longevity. And he saw the first dog through 34-ish years ago. And that dog is still alive. Mendez brought a wild rabbit, a wild cottontail rabbit, my little brother, Ray Strimmer, to 18. The coat of many colors. We have a dog doing work in physics, biophysics, but the electron microscope will only tell you the gross. You need every step of the way. The electron microscope is a primitive tool. And that brings us back to my physics lab. And if you're building a physics lab, I'll eventually show you what you need. You need a set of 3 tunable lasers. I can't afford that. And you want a gyroscope. Both meanings. A mechanical rotary motorized gyroscope, and you want aircraft gyroscope to make sure to calibrate and make sure that your gyroscope works. So, that was Bonnie Fraser who drove down the street. She's stalking me. From Stan Atlantic. septic are stalking me. That's probably half the reason. Can't get the house. People argue about me buying physics equipment, books. All this. They argue and argue and argue. Yeah, it goes into my fucking neuroscience work, which, no offense, I'm not too interested in neuroscience. Yeah, man. Neurosurgery is important, man. Yeah, there are people who said, man, oh, well, it's, don't ever do neuroscience. You just don't get bonked on the head. Well, those people are dead. Don't I bonk them on the head? I know neurosurgery is important, but it's a salary for me, man. Yeah, it's about helping people and helping everybody by expanding medicine. But neurosurgery is not something you do for fun, man. In fact, the funny thing about that, man, is that would be a breach of ethics because you have no incentive, man. You're supposed to be paid for medicine, man. Yeah, man, medicine is cool, man. It's interesting, man. But you have to be paid for veterinary medicine, man. Something, because it's not ethical if you're not, man. This Gerald Fitzgerald guy, he apparently didn't take any money. He was getting social pull by selling people to medical companies. I enjoy being a medical experiment, even though I was sold to a medical company, man. But that's because I'm a doctor, man. I learn stuff from it. It's interesting to me, man. But you have to pay your doctors, man. Because being a doctor is not what you think it is. That prestige of being a doctor, man, or a vet, man. It's not really there that much, man. So that's just, doctors have an interest in physics usually. They're interested in physics, they're interested in motors, they're interested in string theory. And you can learn this stuff from medicine, but that's not supposed to be your doctor's incentive.